welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Matt.
Today we're talking about Wilderness Trail and their bourbon.
Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and click that notification bell. Matt, why don't you give us a little information on this?
Wilderness Trail. It's a lovely long name of this. Is a Wilderness Trail Kentucky straight bourbon, single barrel, bottled in bond. So, a very nice, lovely long name. And it's the wheated mash bill because they also make wheated and a rye mash bill bourbon. So, which is pretty cool. So this was started in 2013 by Shane Baker and Pat Heist. They decided they wouldn't release until they got the bottle and bond status, which of course, as we all know, is at least 4 years old, one mash distiller, 1 season, and a bonded warehouse. So all that good fun stuff. So their first barrels were not empty till 2018. They were in a rock band together before starting Distillery because where else do you go from being in a rock band to distilling? Why not? Which I think is pretty cool. Shane's grandmother was into whiskey since the 40s and retired from the Sisselweller distillery, so it's kind of in their blood, to say the least.
I'd say.
So over the years, they collected a bunch of different yeast strains, since his grandmother worked there. All of their corn, rye, and wheat are grown at the Caverndale Farm, which is a few miles from the distillery, and then their barley is getting from up in the northern states is where they get that from. It's the only thing that doesn't come from Kentucky. They use Kentucky limestone water. Surprise. So like everyone else does there in Kentucky. What some of the cool things they do is they use an infusing mass process, which uses an exact amount of heat to gelatinize the starches without dehydrating, which is something apparently no one else does, which is pretty cool. They also use chemical-free steam, which no one apparently does in Kentucky. So there are a lot of firsts for what they're doing, which is pretty neat. They also use sweet mash rather than sour mash, which means so they don't backset anything. Everyone's a new run rather than it taking a piece of the old one and putting it into the next distillation run, which is kind of cool that they do that as well. They have 3 different stills. They have a 250-gallon Vendum hybrid still. They also have a 40-foot Vendum column with an 18-inch beer still and a 40-foot 36-inch column still. So they can put out 216 barrels a day now. So that's a good amount of whiskey for a craft one. So, which is pretty cool. They also use 53-gallon barrels only. They use all 18-month air dried, so they're hitting all the right things. Barrel number 4, char number 4. They also do some of the lowest entry points in Kentucky. 110 is their point, is the proof point. They start with their bourbons at 100 for rye, which is super low.
Wow.
So that's like crazy low. All whiskeys are at least 4 years old. I was just the goal is between 6 and 8. They only distill up to 135, whereas most of those go up to 160. So it's interesting they're only going that high. And their rick houses are only 2 stories at over 167-acre campus. So this particular one is, like I said, this is the single barrel. It's 100 proof. Obviously, it's bottled bond. It's between 5 and 6 years old. The mash bill is 64% corn, 24% wheat, which is huge for wheat. 12% barley. No one's usually that high on wheat. It's in fact the highest wheated mash bill in Kentucky. Chart number 4, 110 barrel proof, entry proof, and 100, and it's distilled to 137. So then this one is the barrel number, if you want to know, is 14E06. So just in case you happen to have the same barrel. All right, so what do we think?
Are all they releasing a single barrel so far?
Only their wheated mash bill is all single barrels. Their rye mash bill is all small batch.
Okay.
I can get that wheat sweet on the front of the nose.
Yeah, beyond the corn sweetness.
Right. I also get a slight chalkiness.
Yeah.
Almost like when you open up a Tums canister.
Yeah, I was gonna say not to the extent of the Flintstone vitamin, but
more antacid.
Yeah.
Chalkiness.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Obviously, vanilla, oak, butterscotch.
Yeah, the
cinnamon, vanilla,
fruity,
caramel,
and acids.
Lots of toffee. Vanilla cream.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, like a coffee creamer, in fact.
Oh, yeah, but more of for me, like a powdered creamer.
Yeah.
Not the liquid stuff, that powdered yuck. Ugh.
It
serves its purpose.
Yeah. It's got a lot of sugar to it, you can tell as well. Like powdered sugar.
And I wonder if that doesn't come from the wheat.
Yeah, I've got to figure it does.
Wheat has, all the wheat whiskeys that I've had, the sweetness on them, it's a completely different level of sweetness. It's just a regular bourbon.
Something else there. It's like
I'm getting into like the toasted char notes, Matt.
Mhm.
I'm getting into
That-
like that level 4 char that we were
Yeah.
talking about earlier.
yeah, and it's like an unfrosted cake as well. It's very sweet nose.
It is very sweet.
The-
What's the sorry, bottle and bonds? What's
100
100?
proof.
100, yeah.
The toasted char notes that I'm getting a lot of that caramel, but it's almost like a caramelized.
Yeah,
Caramel.
like melted marshmallow as well. Interesting. Way more char and oak on the flavor.
Way more char and
Uh-huh.
oak on that, but I get that marshmallow you were talking about, but it's
Mhm.
almost like a
Burnt.
toasted marshmallow,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
roasting it over the fire.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
one's been charred.
The on fire marshmallow.
Right, you're
Yes.
shaking that to get the flame off of
Correct.
it, and yeah.
Yeah, but it still has that sweetness behind that char,
Mhm.
behind all of that flame kissed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, butterscotch,
Totally.
coffee. I think that brown sugar.
Again, burnt caramel.
Burnt caramel.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main sweetness that I'm getting outside of that marshmallow.
Brown butter.
Brown butter.
Yeah. Oh, the root beer candies. It's those little
yeah.
root beer candies.
Mm.
A little salty, effervescent. Same thing, more vanilla cream. A little
It's
custard.
good.
Mm.
It's really good.
I like how mouth coating it is.
It does have a really good mouthfeel.
Yeah, this is thick and viscous. It has a really nice feel to it.
Almost feels more than 100 proof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it smells more than 100 proof as well.
And see, I
getting
wasn't
more on-
getting that on the nose.
I was getting more ethanol vapors on the nose. I was getting
Mm-mm.
more into the char, more into the darker things on the nose.
I get more of that on the palate than I did on the nose.
Put a drop of water and see what that does.
Man, that
Oh.
char, that
Lingers.
it's really prominent, and it actually, I think, makes the whiskey better because he takes mine away from me.
The
Stealing
corn,
yours.
the corn and hay come present all of a sudden on the nose with just a single drop of water. I haven't tasted it.
It
yet.
really does. Like it kicks
I wanted
the
to make
sweetness
sure
of the
that-
wheat back.
It kicks it to the wayside.
Interesting.
Doesn't really do. Oh no. Okay, try the last sip. I can pour more. So, the corniness kind of shows forward. If you've ever tasted mellow corn, where you have that
On
corn
the
whiskey,
finish.
it's
It's
all of a
very
sudden
prominent
comes
on the
out of
finish.
nowhere onto the finish for it.
Doesn't make it bad,
No, it doesn't make it bad,
No,
but it changes.
but it
things
changes
drastically.
it as far as what is showing more.
Mhm.
As far as if you are having it straight with no water, ice, whatever, it's wheat forward.
Yeah,
But
very.
you
wheat
drop that
dominated.
water in there, and it kind of turns it to more of a corn forward flavor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, price point on this is between 55 and 60.
Okay.
So not bad.
Yeah, it's unfortunately what you pay for bourbon nowadays. It's
Yeah.
It's what you pay for,
Good news is they're in most states now too.
and it's craft.
that's fair.
So
True.
that also plays a part in the price as well.
These are new players on the scene. These aren't, this isn't
Yeah,
a
they're
new
not
brand
years.
by old distillers.
Yeah, they're getting their foot in the door, and I mean, I like it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
bottle's
like it a
really
lot.
nice.
Yeah, bottle's sexy. I mean,
Show me
I
the
like,
bottle again, man.
I think that bottle would
I like that.
stick out.
It's a nice
more
bottle. Yeah, it sticks out on the shelf big time, but I really
with
like
that yellow. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I like their symbol. I like that. I think that's a cool Wilderness Trail symbol. It's really cool. I don't know, I
Yeah.
think you're doing a good job. Nice, thick, high quality. Look at the thickness of that glass in the bottom. It's just nice.
Yep.
It's another good bar type
If
bottle.
it gets dropped in a bar, it might not break.
Might not break, to be
It
honest.
might not.
I mean,
It might, but it might not.
Yeah.
There's some bottles that are out there that are guaranteed to break.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking at you, Domain Decanton.
Yep. It's their only other purpose. All right. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and click that notification bell. And until next time,
Keep on crusading for the whiskey in your glass.
cheers.
All right.
Pretty good.
like it a lot better without the drop.
Yeah.
With the drop, it
Hey, Weezy.
I don't want to pay $50 to be reminded of mellow corn.
No, that's yeah.
How you wheezing, Weezy?